Hey, what did you get on that test? A 97? Oh my God, that's so good. Good job. Me? Yeah, I didn't do as well. I think many of us have been in this situation before, struggling with our self-worth while being compared to everybody around us, who are all seemingly better than us. We are under the impression that this will help us improve, but it always ends up hurting us instead. These comparisons start at a young age, usually by those around us. Look at how cute she is. Or, she's pretty big for a 6-month-old baby. Ever since I was a kid, I was constantly compared to everybody. You need to be more obedient, like your classmates. Your sister was never such a picky eater. Did you know that your third cousin, twice removed, grew 3 centimeters in the past 10 months? Pretty soon, I was comparing myself to others without the prompting of those around me. I remember getting a 95 on an English paper in grade 9, and I was pretty proud of myself. That is, until I saw the 98 on my friend's feedback. And my confidence was instantly shattered. I started to question myself. I could have done better. I should have done better. I felt compelled to do just as well as everybody else, if not better. Why? At that time, I didn't even know. The idea of perfection had been conditioned into me. And when I didn't meet my own high expectations, all of my accomplishments appeared worthless. This would lead to a troubling and distressing mentality, where I was never good enough, where anything less than excellence was automatically bad. Soon, my friends started to notice my struggles, and they started to convince me that it wasn't fair for me to constantly compare myself, because it will never be an accurate measurement of my abilities. I was never behind or ahead of anybody. I always had my own path, but I never understood how everybody's journey could be different. When I was in summer school doing chemistry, I was under a lot of stress due to the fast pace of the course. So I got low 80s on my first few quizzes. And I expected more. So when I opened up about it to a friend, she reminded me that I had strengths, that I was good at ballet, but not quite an accomplished artist, that biology was my strong suit, maybe not chemistry. I started to realize that I was being really hard on myself, because I would never treat a friend like this. I never look down on them or treat them differently for a few shortcomings. So why would I do that to myself? I had been trapped in the ideology that my worth was determined by how well I did against the rest of the world. So, to break this comparison cycle, we need to take a step back and remove ourselves from the situation. We can assess our strengths and weaknesses from a different perspective and not let our insecurities control us. Besides, if we have to compare at all, compare where we used to be with where we are now. If we've improved since last year, last month, or even yesterday, then we're doing good. Through time, discipline, and commitment, we can do better than before. Think about some goals you've achieved that seemed impossible at first, but through your zeal and determination, you've succeeded. Comparing yourselves to your peers will blind you from seeing the progress that you have already made. So before you judge yourself too harshly, stop and take a look back and see how far you've come. Now, in order to stay driven, we need to give ourselves valid reasons to succeed. So celebrate those small victories. That's a good way to ensure that we give our best every single time. When I exceed my own standards on something like a test, I treat myself to Starbucks or bubble tea just to stay motivated. Last year, when I finished my ballet exam, I spent an entire afternoon cooped up in my room eating chips and ice cream while binging random Netflix shows. And I did that because I deserved to. I deserved to relax after all the stress I had put myself through. I deserved to enjoy my time. So, looking at the big picture, I've realized that as long as I've improved, even in the slightest, after giving it my best shot, then I have succeeded. And that is enough.